So when you're taking your pressure plate off, you have to you put these 3 bolts in here, and these bolts come from every other hole on that bolt the pressure plate to the flywheel. And you stick them in here and it collapses the flywheel, or collapses the pressure plate and gives you some space. And while these bolts are in here, to adjust the clutch, according to the book, put a straight edge across it, and you measure adjacent to these bolts, so straight across from here to here, and it has to be 1 1/64 of an inch, and a 1 1/64 of an inch, and a 1 1/64 of an inch. And you adjust this plate by tightening or loosening these bolts that you put in from the other side. And once you get this flat to 1 1/64, then these guys measure, on this is a 14-inch only, they measure 4 1/64 from the high point on these fingers to the surface that this is sitting on. You got to get them flat. You want it all to be flat. And according to the book, this is what you need to get enough pedal to completely separate the pressure plate from the clutch disc. This one, these 3 were all had to be moved. I actually need to tighten this up before I get to top. They all 3 had to be adjusted because, first off, they weren't flat with each other, and it was one of them was like 3/4 of an inch. So instead of being 4 1/64, it was about 3 3/8. So I had to adjust it, because if you don't, then you don't get the throw that you need to help disengage the clutch. So that's what I just did, and I will put this all back, and then I'll have to adjust my clutch pedal, actually, for, you know, the rod that runs from the clutch pedal to the bar that runs through the frame, that the throwout bearing, that engages the throwout bearing. So it's going to have to be adjusted as well, but at least now we should have the right adjustment on the clutch. I'm about 3/4 of an inch away. It still needs to come way up here, so I gotta pull it in some more.
So
where the high spot is on this.
So the 2236 clutch is a 14-inch clutch?
Yep.
So here's the manual. It says that those rockers should be at, those fingers should be at 4 and
1/64.
1/64. And you already measured on the other side where 14 is 1 and 1/64.
Yeah, we'll go over that in a bit.
Yeah. But you have to run out these big bolts, which are called clutch release lever eye bolt sleeves.
I wonder if I'm up against that. Yep.
Oh, the lock nut.
Yeah, and it's a bear because you can't get there, can't get in there to it without maybe stepping on the clutch here and push this down. Oh my God.
That's the lock nut he's adjusting.
Trying anyway. close. Sorry. Perfect.
Hey, let me see that. There you go.
4 and 1/64.
So are the other ones you can see are different heights.
This one don't need to move much. That one needs about 1/4 of an inch, and this one's about 1/8. But the problem with it is where they're at, because I can't
Tighten the Loctite.
get to the lock nut. So that means I'm gonna have to probably try to back this thing off of the lock nut. Maybe. Put some panther piss on it.
Panther piss, is that your name for it?
Croil. But whatever.
So that's the clutch release lever eye bolt sleeve. Wonder why they call a screw a sleeve.
It's hollow. That's the eyeball. Eyeball that goes through it. You're essentially messing with the bolt. Some weird ass old dead bug. It's like a purple fly that's screwed out of there. So let me screw this way out, right?
Mm-hmm. That way you can screw it a little bit and then tighten that again.
Maybe so, because I loosened. What I did is, since I couldn't get to these, because if you look here on that one, you're not getting a wrench on that. See that lock nut?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I pulled this finger down and got access to this, and then I loosened it off of that lock nut. And as I screwed it down, or unscrewed it, it allowed this finger to come up farther, and when the finger goes up farther, it exposes that nut. So that's what I did on this last one. So on this one, so now I've got to tighten it way back up again to try to get to the 4 and 1/64 without hitting the dang. What am I hitting? Must be on it again. Without hitting the lock nut. Screw this down. It's kind of a crappy way to do it. Farmall. Probably run into some schmoo on those threads.
Schmoo.
Yeah,
It's like nasty stuff, right?
horrible shit. Yeah.
Sorry, I can't quite see it. Okay.
Those are about 4 1/8. Those look pretty co-planar. This one is a little low planar. So let me see if I can tighten this up. The set screw on this one, or this lock nut. I think I'm going to probably run out of it. I got some really narrow wrenches that might help in here. Grab one of them. Too damn much. A little bit more right about there. There. One's got to be a pain in the butt. So those are all 4 1/64